Other common things is how good James Harden has been. And right now, he's averaging career highs in so many things, including field goal percentage, 49% from the field, 42% from three, 8.5 rebounds a game, 11.5 assists per game, and he's the third most efficient ISO player this year. Caleb, can we give James Harden some credit right now? Because I feel like he's not getting enough love. They're 8-4 without KD when Harden's playing, and 3-1 without Kyrie when Harden's playing. For contrast, the Lakers record with LeBron is 5-5 without AD and 0-4 without Dennis Schroeder. So why is James Harden not getting enough love? Where's the issue here? Why am I not seeing James Harden on the top of the list for MVPs?
Because media really didn't like the way he forced his way out of Houston, I guess, and that leaves like a lasting feeling on media and stuff whenever a guy does something like that, and I feel like that's partially why. Plus, I don't think Kyrie, Harden, and KD are the media's favorite players, so the trio of them together, everyone's kind of like, eh. If they do really good, we'll talk about them for a little. Like they barely even talk about them on ESPN, to be honest with you. Like they'll mention it like for a brief second, then they'll move on. I have no clue why he's not getting more love. He needs to, but hey, the lack of media attention might make their betting odds cheaper for the playoffs. It'll be easy money. I I have no clue why they're not talking about them more.
I agree with you. I'm surprised as well. I think it's more of, like you said, the media is not liking how James Harden handled that whole MVP race and how he was saying how he should have been the MVP. And I feel like at this point, Harden, what he does is just the same old to those media members. They don't see anything surprising in it, especially because think about it. If he couldn't get it in Houston when he was the number one guy, clearly, why should he get it now when debatably he's not the number one guy? Debatably, he's not, maybe he's not even a top two guy, even though most people would say he is. There are some that argue that, he's the third best player on the team. So I feel like the media is just, they're not going to help with that. But yeah, I feel like the way Harden is playing, he deserves more MVP love. I'm not sure why not enough people are talking about him, but I think he's a top three MVP candidate right now. Where would you rank him?
Second, I'm being for real. Second, I think at the same time, while media tried convincing us that Harden, KD, and Kyrie weren't going to fit, I think that he's done so well that I'm like, fuck it, I'm putting him at two. I'm sorry, like sure, and people are going to say the East is weak. The top two MVP candidates can't be from the East. Like, okay, whatever. Say what you want. Regardless, I like the way Harden's played. He has been so efficient since he got there. And Brooklyn looks really good despite not being talked about at all. It's kind of hard to go against him being a top three at the very least.
That's where I have him too, because I think with the way Jokic is playing, he kind of drops a little bit. He's playing super well still, but the Nuggets have not looked good. So you can't just give it to Jokic for me. And I would say at the end of the day, I feel like Harden's just been really good. He's been doing this all without Kyrie, without KD for the most part. Kyrie's played in a few of those games, but again, we've seen his record 3-0 without Kyrie, 8-4 without KD. That's extremely well. And one thing I will say is I think that James Harden has better odds maybe in a few months than he does right now, because I still feel like not enough people are looking at it, especially with KD out. KD is now ruled out till the All-Star break, and we don't know if he's going to return right after the All-Star break. We don't know how much longer KD is going to be out. Is that a concern at all to you right now?
Not really. I just think they're kind of taking our time with them. And by all means, like we mentioned before with LeBron, I don't think playoff seeding really matters for a trio of Harden, KD, and Kyrie. I think what matters to them is getting into the playoffs fully healthy. And if he comes back from this injury and re-aggravates it and has to sit out like a month or something, then I'll be a little bit concerned because that's starting to get into like the lingering thing. You know how hamstring injuries can linger for a full season because you need adequate time off. I'm
Yeah.
hoping this fix it, but we'll see.
Wow, I'm surprised. The KD hater has switched sides, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
own two Kevin. Bye.
Can't leave yet. Nets are doing super good, Caleb. They're 8-1 in the last 9 games. They're averaging 17 threes made per game, which is first in the last 9 games. And they're second in field goal percentage. So they've bumped up everything on their offense. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the Nets kind of figure this way out. And they might be a team that could make some serious noise this year, especially because now they're creeping up to number one.